there's a new crackdown that the cops are doing in subway cars, fining people for occupying more than one seat. So people are sitting across two seats. If a cop got on now, he could fine you for sitting across two seats. What do you think about that?
I think it's kind of like not really worth like fining anybody for if there's nobody to sit in that seat, which there weren't. There were other seats that people could have occupied, and there was nobody who wanted this seat. So I think it was stupid that they would have fined me for it. There was no point. Does that make sense?
One ticket and you paid for one seat, and that's the seat that you take. You don't need to take two seats. It's not like you have to be all comfortable. You just pay for one seat, so that's the seat you have. There's no sense in using another seat for your bag or something. You can just put your bag right on the floor.
Does it ever happen to you that you get on and you can't sit down because there are people?
Yes, like the bums, they take up the whole 3 seats, and I don't think it's right.
So what happens when you want to sit down? Do you go over and ask them to move? Or?
No, I just stand up because I'm a shy person. I really don't like talk to strangers, so I just have to stand up.
How does that make you feel?
I really don't like it. I mean, sometimes my legs are hurting, you know. I have to go to school, come back, it's rush hour, you know. My legs kind of hurt, but so.
Okay. Thanks a lot. What do you want?
Oh, just ignore it.
Kind of hard. It's kind of hard to ignore.
Right. Back.
Wait, how long? You want to see?
Why? Yeah.
Fred. I gotta get weight.
Yeah.
Might be running out of tape too.
So I would go. Doing a piece for ABC News. The cops are cracking down on people who, you know, sit in more than one seat, basically. So. Oh. So we're going around to a lot of people do it. Somewhere next to each other. What do you think about that? I mean, what they're doing is they're fining people up to $50 for sitting in more than one seat.
I can understand that, but if the car is crowded, there's no 4 seats around me and I can't put my feet up. Now, of course, I may be damaging the seat a little bit, but they are tennis shoes and it's only the edge. It's not like I have my feet in the, you know, I have garbage all over my
It's
feet.
not about damage, it's more about like taking up more than one spot.
Yeah, because sometimes I get on the train and I'm like, close your legs, you don't need all that space.
Get the lower end. More than one spot.
On one hand, I'm sitting here with my feet up on the seat and I don't want that to happen. There's nobody here. When the train is crowded, you know, you want to sit down and somebody's got their legs spread out and you can't sit there and somebody wants, an old woman gets on the train, nobody moves for her, nobody cares anymore. So yeah, I think it's good. I mean, it'll make people, you know, that's what laws are about, you know, to keep people from getting into other people's ways. Yeah, I think it's good. As my feet are up.
So if a cop got on and gave you a summons or a citation for that now, would you feel like it was fair?
Because, well, first of all, I've been fined in the subway. I got fined $100 for wearing my rollerblades. I just didn't know. Duh, it is stupid. You shouldn't be doing that. I didn't know. So if you're gonna make a rule, you got to make sure everybody knows it. Because I wanted to contest it because I had no idea. You know, I just didn't know. So if I knew and I was aware of it, I wouldn't have my feet up to begin with. But if I did, it is a law, and I couldn't say anything against it.
Did you know about this law? Like, so we told you about it?
No, I had no idea. But it's good. I think it's good. It'll keep a lot of people from taking up too much space, and so everybody can be comfortable. Yeah.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Here to ask other people to move their stuff. That's the only advantage it is. But
Talk to me. Let me ask you that. What do you think is the advantage of a rule like that?
well, the advantage that I think is that when the train is crowded, people sometimes feel intimidated or scared to ask someone to move their stuff. If the person looks like they're rough, or if the person looks like it's a young male, which they scared, they feel too intimidated to ask the people to move your seat or close your legs or something like that. And that way it's good. But on the other hand, if there's no one on the train and you want to lay your bag down, I don't see the big deal. As long as you move it, and don't make the person stand up. But it's good for people who is less shy and not open-minded or not open and well-spoken, where they can say, excuse me. Some people are simply scared to say excuse me because they don't want the person to bite their head off. And sometimes when you say excuse me, some people say no. And you pay your $1.50, you should be able to say it. That's all.
Oh yeah, I see people with their feet. I find that very disheartening to know that people have their feet up on the seat and you want to sit there and their feet is there. And some people you can't really say anything to because some people are either stressed out and you don't. You kind of will think twice before you say anything to somebody. But it's not nice. Infection control, people are sitting there with their feet and you got to go sit with your clothes. You know, it's not right. You put a bag on the seat and see people standing. It's very disheartening. They have moved over, but on the other hand, their face, when they look at you, you know, it's kind of like, you know, why you asked me to do this? Some people are not very pleasantly move their things, you know. I think it's a good idea. I think because everyone who pay their money should be entitled to a seat. You know, it's very important to have a seat. We all, you know, the working person or whatever, or you have a bag, like this bag is heavy, you know, I want a seat, not thinking I'm paying $1.50 and if this person have a bag on a seat, the bag didn't cost $1.50. Yeah. So it's good, it's a good one. And what's good was on Newz because I didn't know about it, I hadn't read about it, I hadn't heard about it. Just happened to be up late last night and I saw it, I said yes, it's good, it's good, let's go.
What time you wrote that subject for?
Lindsay Trenchwell and Jane, yeah. That piece Broadway, next stand clear.
Right next to the train. Don't phone.
Joe John.